You applied to the university to do pharmacy.
Yes.
So why did you want to do pharmacy? If at a point it was going to change, at what point did you realize pharmacy wasn't exactly it for you and you wanted to branch into communication? Why the speech factory? Hi Jeremiah, welcome to our YouTube channel. As you may all know, you have seen his face on our YouTube channel so many times, but we're here to discover his story and why he started the speech factory. So stay glued to your seat while we dive more into his life and how he started, why he's here, and what we get to learn from him. So Jeremiah, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here for the first time.
Okay, so my first question is for you to tell us a little about yourself, and then I have a couple more questions, in fact a lot more questions, but we just want to know a little about you before we get into the details of why the speech factory, and then any other thing we need to know about your communication journey.
I'm Jeremiah, as you know, and full name Jeremiah Kobby Sekyi, and I'm a communications professional. I've been doing public speaking for the past 10 years. Okay. The story of how I got started, oh my God, we'll get there.
Yes, we will.
But I've been doing this for 10 years. I began very shy, very incapable of expressing myself, but over the year I realized that this is such an important part to have, and it's really defined my life. I am a pharmacist. I have a degree in diplomacy, but amongst all of those professional pathways, I chose to focus on communication because of what I've seen it do for me and for others as well. So I'm Jeremiah, I'm a communicator, and I love to talk. So let's talk.
You mentioned that you have a degree in pharmacy. So at what point did you realize pharmacy wasn't exactly it for you and you wanted to branch into communication?
Oh, so it was before my first class.
Okay.
Before my first class, I just knew pharmacy was not going to be the end for me. And when I entered into my first classroom, my first semester, I wouldn't say it was a negative experience. When people hear that I moved from pharmacy, I think the conception is that I did not enjoy the field, or I did not appreciate it. I know what pharmacy is and how important it is. Trust me, I've had malaria, I've had headaches, so I know that there have been many times that the field of pharmacy has saved my life. And also having worked behind the counter as well for my national service, I value what pharmacy does for the community. But before the program even started, in my first year in the program, I knew that while this was a very important field that honestly does noble, impactful work, it was not for me. So I knew that I could be a good pharmacist, and I believe that the many patients who visited my pharmacy when I was practicing can attest to the fact that I did my best. But I saw that I was more suitable for this path. And so by attending speech and debate meetings, by giving presentations even in pharmacy school, I realized that what I enjoyed was not what I was delivering on, but the fact that I was just delivering on a stage. And others would come to me and say that, oh, we liked how you delivered, can you help us deliver our presentation when it is our time? I was the default presentation guy in my group every single time. So these experiences helped me form a more concrete conviction that this is what I wanted to do across the time I was doing pharmacy.
Okay. So until then, you applied to the university to do pharmacy?
Yes.
So why did you want to do pharmacy? If at a point it was going to change? I mean, we don't know God's plan and all that, but why then did you start pharmacy?
So it was family. They wanted someone with a health background in the family, so I didn't have much choice in the matter. And even then, I would say that I wasn't so certain. I knew that I wanted to do communication, but I was unaware of the opportunities here. So even though my parents and my siblings just pushed pharmacy onto me, I was more willing to accept it because I wasn't ready to give an alternative. Because even if I said I wanted to do communication, at that time I wasn't really sure what that would look like. And was going through pharmacy and graduating that made me see that there are so many opportunities here, not in terms of a job or profession, all of that is there, but just genuinely opportunities to make a significant impact and to have a fulfilling career. And I found that after I had considered to do pharmacy.
I've heard the story so many times, and I can share that I have the same experience with family telling you what to do and then later realizing it's not exactly what you want to do. So interestingly, for my thesis, for my master's, I'm researching on career development and then mentoring, and how mentoring informs our decisions when we are choosing our career paths for the future. So I'll keep you updated on how many people I find with the same story that we share.
I would love to read that thesis when you're done.
Okay, sure. I'll share it with you.
Thank you.
So now to the script. What problem were you trying to solve when you started with the communication?
So, like I said, I was a very, very shy child. And I mean nerve-wracking shyness. That was, I remember, around when I was 14 years old. If you ask me to deliver any presentation or to stand on stage, I remember the first time someone pushed me to do so. I was behind the podium and I was speaking. My script was good, but if anyone walked behind the podium to see me, my legs were shaking. I was sweating. And I remember that I got a standing ovation. People were very impressed with what I said. But I felt so much anxiety and stress within that I honestly wanted to quit. If I wasn't forced to do it, I would not have done it. So it made me realize one thing. Shy, ineffective communicators, it isn't that they don't have valuable ideas. They do. Everybody has something worthwhile to say. But if you don't develop the confidence and the ability to say it effectively, then you lose out on what that exposure could have given you, but everyone also loses out on what they could have learned to better themselves. So that's what I realized from that experience, and it led me to always have some empathy for people who were not effective communicators. But furthermore, I realized that communication is a very crucial skill, but in today's age, it is even far more crucial because I've recently been very, like many people, obsessed with emerging technology and how it is transforming the world that we are in. And you realize that as more and more people are trying to adapt to emerging technology, many people are either giving into over-relying on the fact that you can have ChatGPT do every email for you. And so that is one. Number two, there are those as well too who, because of how incredible this tech is, they are not able to effectively articulate their worth in order to acquire opportunities and acquire jobs, because how can you effectively communicate your value against an innovation that can think and do what would take you hours in mere seconds? So I realized that number one, people were becoming over-reliant and not working on building these essential skills that are for personal and professional development. And number two, I personally had that experience of being a shy person, having worthwhile ideas, but not knowing how to communicate them. So firstly, I always sought to address the problem of helping people discover their voice and to be able to use their communication abilities to then build the future that they want to see. And then the reason why I chose to start it within the past year was because I realized that this skill, even though it has always been important, we are at a critical time in history where more people need to learn how to be better human communicators so that they can use their human advantage to push them forward.
Great, interesting. So I want to say this, that you can be a natural as communication. I believe that you were a natural, but in order
Really?
because you got people applauding you when you gave your first yes. But the point is, you need to hone this skill.
Yes.
You need to develop it in order to be good at it. So it's not enough that you're natural at it, but in order for you to get better, you need to develop it.
Yes, that is true.
Great. So the next one is, was there a moment you almost gave up to say that, you know what? Yes, it's a skill that I have, but I don't think it's worth it. Let me just give up and let me keep it to myself and not share it with the world.
Yes, there was a time like that. I would say that my journey has been very frustrating. I would say these are thoughts that came to my mind, but I did not act on them. So when I was in the university, I was a competitive public speaker and debater. And that meant that going for competition after competition after competition and trying to win. And I remember first year, you know, you are new, you are competing against very experienced speakers. I did not take back anything. Second year, I tried again and I had made progress, but after 2 years, I had won no competition. And I remember for the year that I actually ended up winning, I did one in my university and I came in second or third place. I went to the national competition and I barely made it to finals. I went to the African Championship and I was third place. So I saw that I was trying, but I was always so close to getting the top prize, but never quite getting there. So at this point, before we went for the World Championship, I was thinking, what am I doing here? Because I couldn't win one in my university, in the country, on the continent. What am I doing at the world stage? That thought flashed through my mind, but one thing that I thank myself for doing in that moment is shaking that thought off and acknowledging that even if the results do not manifest in awards, in jobs, or in any tangible reward, progress is still a reward in and of itself. So I did not have any award to see that I had gotten better from the university level to the national level to the international level, but I knew that I was making progress. And that was something maybe only I could see. So when I got to the world stage, I put everything I had learned into that. And eventually, when I won the world championship, that ended up being the first award that I had won.
Guys, he won. Don't give up. Don't give up. That is the lesson he's sharing with us right now.
So I realized that the mistakes that we make, especially when we are learning, it often feels like it is unfruitful. But we make all those mistakes, and when we learn from them, when we reach that high stakes moment, those mistakes help us to deliver our best. So one would think that I was lucky at the world stage, but perhaps compared to those who won, I had a lot more to learn. I knew that I wasn't done because I had been told at every level that there was something missing that I needed to work on. So I had that constant growth mindset. I made all my mistakes at the lower stages, and when I got to the most important place, that was when everything paid off. So that's what I often tell communicators here, that giving up today is wasting everything you have done. Because you may start and make some mistakes. You can gaffe, you can err because you're human. But from every experience, there is something to learn. And once you're able to have that growth mindset, that you are making as many mistakes that you can and getting better through it, eventually you get to a point where it all pays off. I know it sounds like this cosmic, everything is going to work out thing that we've all heard so many times, but it's something I've seen in my life and I've seen in others as well. I can start with some trainees, and initially there is just nothing to write home about. But 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, sometimes even years, you see the person and you realize, when did this happen? It didn't happen instantaneously, but every single step, every single training opportunity was like a drop of water. And in the end, it became a mighty ocean.
Thanks for sharing. That was really insightful. again, I want to repeat, do not give up. It is not even an option. You don't have a choice to give up. Please, it's not in our dictionary over here. What made you take communication seriously enough to build a company?
It's always been serious to me.
Okay.
It's always been, I would say, what I went to the University of Ghana to get an education in. On my certificate, it says Bachelor of Pharmacy, but honestly, I know I left with a Bachelor of Communication. So I've always known that this was an important skill. But like I mentioned, it was 2024. That's when I realized that the way the world is changing, and I mean, experts would describe it as VUCA, volatile, uncertain, chaotic, and all of that. But I realized that 2020, COVID happened. 2023 or 2022, we had AI being developed. We saw that the world was changing, and there was a new world order that did not respect traditional systems. And also that in response to that, we had an increased need to adapt. So what I realized was that there was no time, and I had to do something in the area I knew I could make an impact. And then I remember it was 2024. I was working with this company and we were developing discourse solutions for online platforms. And I remember it was around the middle of February 2024. I am working for this company, and out of nowhere, the owner comes to say, in a very vague call, I remember where I was sitting during that call, I remember the CEO said that because of the presence or emergence of ChatGPT, what we were doing at the company, our labor had been rendered redundant, and that because people have access to ChatGPT now, what we do in terms of creating discourse and providing answers to questions, creating online platforms for people to engage with relevant topics, that crucial exercise was rendered redundant. And personally, I realized that, this was a problem. I did not agree that what we were doing was redundant, but I understood at that moment that most people did not know how to adapt to these changing trends. When COVID happened, many companies closed down. Skype, it had the best opportunity to really take advantage of that tragedy. But what did they do? They did nothing. And Zoom came from nowhere to now become the name when it comes to virtual conference. And with AI coming as well too, some companies chose to say, well, this has rendered everything we are doing redundant. Some also chose to innovate, to change. And so I realized that we are in a very volatile phase in the human history. And if I say I am waiting for the next 5 years, I may not have the same opportunity to make the same amount of impact. But now I know that we came from a post-pandemic world. That means that the world has been forced to go virtual. What does that mean? It means that we are more interconnected than ever before. Number two, because of AI, most people are concerned about their job security. But secondly, most people are faced with a real threat that what they are doing at work is no longer relevant. And it's happening to a lot of people. And they are concerned as to what truly they can bring to the table when faced with innovations that can virtually do everything cheaper, faster, and better. Cheaper, faster, and better. I mean, you could say that, it's cheap, but is it really quality? It's getting better in terms of quality now. And it's faster. And it is cheaper. It doesn't rest. AI doesn't rest, it doesn't sleep. I don't think we really understand how grave it is. Because in the past, We used to say robots could not do anything. Oh, robots are just science fiction. Recently, China had this display for the spring, the spring New Year, the Chinese New Year, and they had a robots display. The robots were performing Tai Chi or Kung Fu with so much flexibility. They were shooting guns, and trust me, it looked so real.
Wow.
Initially, they were doing this, that they couldn't really move well. But now, and imagine just adding AI to that behind a computer, doing everything that you can do and much better and much faster and cheaper. Doesn't eat food, doesn't get sick. Maintenance, just pour some engine oil inside and that is all. Connected to power. That's all. I don't think many of us understand how transformative this is. And so in a few years, in days, entire industries are being cleared. You know, in the past we had customer service, those who would respond to your service now. And there is this company called 11 Labs. There are many ones available as well. And they are creating digital agents that can handle customer service, can have a conversation with you, knows your history. You would never, trust me, I've seen the demo, you would never know the difference. It sounds very much like a person, does everything, doesn't have the robotic voice. And now so many people are concerned, what am I going to do? And so in light of this, I said, it needs to be now. I've been thinking about how communication makes us unique, how we can help everyone, but with everything happening now, we cannot wait any longer. So the Speech Factory was created at that point because I knew that people need to understand their unique human advantage to be able to harness it, develop it, and then express it. Because no matter how AI advances, it would never be able to do what the human being can do at our peak. Because we have experiences. We genuinely feel empathy. We have connections. We have stake with our neighbors. We have beliefs, thoughts. We are so complex. And if we don't understand our complexity and harness it, especially through communication, that is when we are at risk. So that is why I began the Speech Factory.
Amazing. That's a really deep concept, and I believe that you are just telling us that in order for you to be relevant in the era of AI, you need to position yourself well, knowing that AI cannot do what human beings can do. AI cannot communicate or relate and create dialogue like we do. And so that is enough. Know how to communicate and know how to communicate effectively so that you can stay relevant as a human being in the era of AI.
Yes.
That is really, really deep. And so thank you for sharing. One interesting question. I like that I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
And I want to hear what you have to say. So why do you think young professionals are struggling today?
Where do I start?
From anywhere. We have all the time.
I believe young professionals are struggling today because they were sold a dream that got expired before they could open the package. So in our forefathers' time, the pace of change and innovation was very slow. So before you go into the university, you have a clear idea of what the world looks like after you are done. But young people are struggling today because the pace of change is so rapid that the world is changing after you have committed to a 4-year program. Right now, there are many people who are going into university who are studying for jobs that do not exist. And so this is just one area, but in many ways, the world is moving too fast for many people to adapt. And as it becomes more intense and as competition spreads and becomes more global in an interconnected world, this just worsens. So that is one. The pace of innovation, the pace of change is too fast for most people to keep up. Number two, it's also because of, I would say, false marketing. I think that there are some actors in the system who are selling false hope to many people. With the emergence of social media, we have social media influencers who are online and who are talking about how profitable it is. And so most people want to just go into, let me become an influencer, because when I become an influencer, I'm going to make it big. But it's just 1% of influencers, or maybe 10%, who are doing well. There is this principle, the Pareto principle, called the Matthew principle as well. It is that 20% of performers in any industry have 80% of the market. And the remaining 80% have to share the 20%. In the stock market, it's even worse, because 93% of stocks are owned by 10% of people. The wealthiest 10%, they own 93% of all stocks. And all the 90% of the world, all the stocks that we are buying online, that you are saying, let me buy Apple, let me buy Netflix stocks, you are competing for 7%. So when we are sold dreams, and there are actors who are doing that, we are not told the full truth. So there are many industries now that people are promised they can get quick success. We all heard that Bill Gates dropped out, Mark Zuckerberg dropped out, so then they became rich. So then just leave school, learn how to code, they are going to get rich. Be an influencer, get a camera, don't go to school, don't do this. Or you can have the experience of just investing early into crypto, right? And then you can become a millionaire just by investing into the next NFT or coin that comes up. So we have been sold these schemes, I would say. And for most people, what happens is that, number one, they invest so much of their time and their effort and they don't see anything coming out of it. Or number two, they look at these select examples and they start to feel like, okay, because I have not been able to acquire that, then I am far behind. They don't realize how common their struggle is. So then it makes the experience of struggling a lot worse. And I'll say number three, sometimes one of the reasons why young people are suffering is because we've been given a bad deal. We've been given a bad deal. I know it is a taboo for young people to complain that, oh, we were not given much. But if you look at the world that we've been left with, in most instances, young people are not given enough to fall back on. We point out the example of Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, all of these people who were able to build Elon Musk. People will stand out and say Elon Musk is a self-made billionaire. But the reason why all these people were able to take risks is because they had some huge trust funds waiting for them. They could have failed, yes, but that confidence to take those risks, those little investments, like, one president says, my dad gave me a small investment.
I was thinking about him and I was going to talk about him, but yeah.
Exactly, of this amount, right?
Yeah.
So you see that in these success stories that are supposed to motivate us, the context is completely different. And I'll say it doesn't invalidate their experience as much as it shows that in some of these contexts, especially in the global south, maybe we can say that it is because of generational systems and there was also what they came to meet. But I'll say that there are some select instances where you've had visionaries create better pathways and tracks for their children or for the next generation to enjoy. Most of us were alive when we had the 2008 financial crisis, destroyed the world economy. And then in just about 12 years later, we have the COVID pandemic, which then completely destroyed the economy and transformed the way life is. And now we have AI. Most generations did not have to deal with back-to-back transformations. global significant transformations like these, they didn't have to deal with it. So we have 2008 financial crisis, COVID, and now we have the emergence of AI. So I'll say that timing as well too hasn't helped us. We are struggling because the world is genuinely becoming very, very difficult. So I'll say 3 reasons are the reasons why young people are struggling. I'll say that the world is changing a bit too fast. Number 2, they were not perhaps given the best legacy. And number 3, they are being, misdirected by certain malicious forces. And number 4, the context and the timing for which we exist is just difficult. Now, I'll say that we cannot change all of those things. We cannot change when we were born. We cannot change who our parents are. I'm sure many of us have dreamed and fantasized, what if I was Bill Gates' child? How would that have been? I think that was one of the most popular fantasies back when we were young, and he was the richest man in the world. Right? But we cannot change all of those things. But what we can do now is to forcefully adapt in the moment. And I see people are trying, right? On everyone's LinkedIn now, you can see AI enthusiast, AI-driven virtual support assist, and I can see, it's a genuine effort. It's a genuine effort, and we are trying to. I admire the effort. I admire it, and that is one way that we can at least try to make life a little bit easier for us, trying to understand the trends and being relevant to the world as it looks right now. But the struggle is going to take a lot more than that. It's also going to take a lot of mobilization and a lot of discourse, because I think we all experience the difficulty. We all complain things are very hard now. It's very hard to buy a job. I remember I heard this thing that you go for your salary at a bank, and on your way home it is already finished.
Of course.
Or once you are paid, the money is not coming to add, it's coming to fill holes.
Because you already have debts to pay.
You already have debts to pay, and it just keeps. So the money just came, but after 1, 2, 3, 4 payments, you're like, did I even get paid at all?
The rest of the days until you are paid again, you're like, this one, it was only God that took care of you. Because you don't even know how you survived, but you still did survive.
So
really, the survival of the fittest.
It is. And who is fit? Who is fit in this moment?
You don't have a choice than to be fit. What will you do?
You don't.
You can't do anything, but I guess we are surviving.
We are surviving, and that's the thing. We need to try to find solutions beyond just, let the government create more jobs. If you don't have a job, start a business. We need to go beyond that and work to find solutions that are inclusive and more nuanced than just these general suggestions that we should do. And that comes from having platforms for discourse. That is why one of the things that we take very serious here is creating a platform for discourse, because the conversations we need to make this world serve the people in the world, they don't just happen in the void. They need to be created and curated. That's one of the things that we'll be doing in the months to come.
Amazing. And I look forward to it. I hope that our audience also look forward to it, because we have so much in store, and you do not want to miss out on the discourse and the new ideas that you get to learn from us. We have a few more questions to go. And yes, so the next one is, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Stay put, stay pushing, it gets a lot better. I'm often tempted to say that I would say take this specific path, because that is what is going to lead you to what you are doing now, or invest more in this, or buy Bitcoin in 2001, yes, or any of these pieces of advice that we find around there. But what I have learned from my personal experience is that it wasn't the path that I took per se that was responsible. It was the perseverance, the persistence, and the strong will to ensure that if a way is not ahead of me, I'll crack a mountain to make a way. And so that is what I would have told myself, because sometimes I really felt like giving up. And there were times where, sometimes you can try and you become numb. You can apply for a lot of jobs and it's like you don't even want to apply anymore because to what end? You are just tired of that dance of putting in an application, getting a rejection letter. We regret to inform you there was a competitive pool of candidates. All of those, you get tired and you get numb, and then it just starts to feel like it's not worth it again. Then many young men get into just playing video games, living in their basements. We don't even have basements in Ghana here, but well, I mean the equivalent of that, and then just giving up completely because it's very normal. So I think the greatest thing that you can have is persistence. Of course, guidance, wisdom, direction, but persistence and positive stubbornness will do so much for you. And I wish I had, I was grateful to have that, but I wish I had more of that, at least to keep positive when it got hard.
Remember the time when there was this time I called you, I was like, hey, I've applied for jobs on LinkedIn.
Yes,
it was
I remember.
So frustrating because honestly, it's not easy. Like people, Charlie, applying for jobs and not getting anything. You wonder, like, why am I still doing it?
It's so demoralizing. And for me, it's not just about not getting a job. It's psychologically, you realize that you are being constantly told that you are not good enough. You are not good enough.
And not even directly, like the fact that they don't even respond to you is telling you that they didn't even book what you said.
They didn't regard anything, and that after you are told for a while that no, I'm not good enough, and the most painful ones are the ones that you know that you are overqualified for.
Right.
And you're like, I'm overqualified for this, but I need something. Let me just apply for it. And even that one will not even respond to you. And
So
you start to realize, do I have a false image of myself? Is it that I thought I was more valuable than I actually am? Because if everyone else is saying something, then you're like, majority carries the vote.
So
I'm in the minority.
Really I'm not good. I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
Wow.
Yeah, because so many people are saying the same thing back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And how do you start to feel? And you get demoralized.
Yeah, true.
I think some people, of course, want to change and want to try new things. And they may want to put themselves out there. That is why sometimes when some people do get one job, they will stick to it and not move because the trauma from applying for jobs, even though the practices that you should keep applying and interviewing and sharpening your skills, once you land a job, you just want to stop because you know you would have bled, and you would have sweated, you would have cried before you got that job. So it's like, I'm tired, nothing again.
Right.
Yeah.
Now to the last question.
Okay.
What would you say to young professionals who want to grow and be better versions of themselves?
Oh, be a better communicator.
Great.
Be a better communicator, because I know many will say that I'm a doctor, I am an engineer. What do I need this for? So firstly, regardless of what you do, you need to be a better communicator. What I've realized is that you can be the best engineer or doctor in the company. That is good. You are going to receive awards, thumbs up. But when it comes to promoting someone to be the head of engineering, that will never be you. Because even though you understand the work, you don't know how to communicate, lead, and manage people. And that often comes to those who know how to do that. So the people skills, especially communication, it's important that whatever you are doing, you know how to be a good communicator. But additionally, like I mentioned, the world is becoming increasingly less technical for labor. So everything technical is going to be done by machines, by AI. So the only other thing you have to add is that you are able to communicate what has been done and express it in a human way. And so your human advantage, which is best expressed in your communication skills, you need to hold it and develop it more than ever before.
Right.
So that is my advice to young people. And for everyone everyone, yes, I'm pointing to you. You, the one who is always designing the slides when it comes to group presentations. Stop that. Stop that. Next time, I want you to be the one to go and present, because we have so many opportunities in school to develop our communication skills, but we don't do it because we leave it for some people to do it. I took every presentation when I was in school, and it helped me develop myself further. So develop your communication skills first by taking every chance you get to speak and to develop your confidence. And also come to us. Come. We'll make it a lot easier for you, because we know how it is to start from scratch, to be shy, to be anxious, to not know what to do. And so with that empathy, we are going to start with you and put you on track. Honestly, I'll say that on top of your degree, if you don't get an experience like this that helps you add true value to what you are doing, it's very likely that you'll be done with school and you'll join the struggling masses. And probably what we are doing here in a couple of years is going to be how most degree programs look like. But you can get ahead of the curve by building these skills now. So when others catch up to the trend, you are a few years ahead. So that's my advice to all young people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was really nice to have you on the show, Jeremiah, and thank you so much for coming. I know that we've all seen his face so many times on our channel, but once again, just to remind you that this is the face behind the Speech Factory, and you should sign up for our coaching sessions with him just so you gain more knowledge and more insights from this well-seasoned young man over here.
Oh,
thank you so much for coming, Jeremiah.
It was a pleasure to be here.